All right, guys, welcome back. This is ESL One Hamburg 2018, the main regional qualifiers for the NA region. We've got paiN X versus compLexity Gaming. compLexity Gaming has 2 games right now. paiN has 1, but this is their chance to get right back into this. But if they can't do it, compLexity, they're going to get that slot for the NA position here for ESL One Hamburg. I'm your caster, Moxie. I'm here with D2 Bowie.
Hello.
And we do see some of these familiar kind of bands. We get the Ritsu Respect band, though. They don't want to see that Morphling again, not after that last game where he just, wasn't the greatest Morphling game, but he proved that he is excellent with that hero.
Yeah. There's always other things you can do, like snatch the Morphling for yourself or go for some sort of pushing strat. But in a game where the Morphling can just stay idle and just farm the jungle over and over again, it just gets super hard. Pushing strats, they're hard because Drow is almost always first phase banned, so I'm not going to be able to get away with that. So I like that they take it down. They probably think that they're the better team, but the Morphling is kind of like a stone in their shoe. How do you say that?
A pebble. A
Yeah,
pebble in your shoe sort of deal. Yeah,
exactly. So
it's
just
annoying.
yeah, just take it down, and they're actually gonna get the Io. That is a hero that
Ooh.
opens up since the Morphling got banned, and they're taking the Limps Tiny every single game out of the equation there, which is, I guess.
Yeah, you can't allow that through. You absolutely cannot allow that through after we've seen it a couple times here. But I'm wondering, so we get the IO, is that going to be a gyrocopter paired up with it fairly early?
Yeah, that's paiN X's dilemma. They can get the gyro to themselves, so the combination is not on complexity's hands, but at
But
the same
it's
time,
not that good without the IO, right?
gyro without IO is like, ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to see the Wyvern. I think the Wyvern against the IO is always a good idea. You can always kill the IO when he's tethered to
Right,
one,
right.
especially the gyrocopter. The Necrophos is also similar in that regard. The IO is gonna get low HP because he's using his overcharge to help the allies. And yeah, let's see what they have in store there. I guess besides the IO gyro, there are some other combinations we sometimes see. I think the IO Batrider, kind of strong, but after that game, I'm not sure if they really.
There's the
Yeah,
Winter Wyvern pickup, like you were saying, Bowie.
it's pretty good. I wonder if they're gonna give it to Lelis or if it's gonna be some sort of 4DR Wyvern. I know it was not a great showing there, especially picking it at that early. But they might give it. I guess with the Necrophos, it's probably 4DR Necrophos, right?
I would assume that they would probably give this over to Lelis. I really don't want to see the Winter Wyvern in the offlane again, just because poor 4DR's had such a difficult time. He's had these heroes that don't have the greatest mobility, that really get picked on pretty hard. So I would like to see that. But, we do see the gyrocopter picked up with the IO. Again, have to be very, very careful because of that Winter's Curse coming out from Wyvern. You don't want to find yourself getting murdered by your teammates. For sure, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they will take the CCNC Kanka out, a hero that also pretty good versus the IO. He cannot tether away. The X back will always be super annoying. You can't really farm a BKB or a new scepter on the IO, so it's usually a pretty good choice. And now, what do you remove here inside of paiN X? Usually, when you have those IO drafts, you kind of want to have some sort of like you have the IO gyrocopter, you're going to be walking together, but you want to have a hero that when you relocate can actually fight with you.
That's true.
For now, you don't really have that. Maybe snatching up the Murana for complexity would be good because I think it's actually a pretty decent combination on the side of paiN X. And the Murana, if you get an arrow, you can always relocate. You have the surprise factor of the Moonlight Shadow plus the relocate. So can always just get engagements that paiN X wouldn't be waiting.
What about a Nyx Assassin?
Yeah, the Nyx is actually pretty good. You have the Necrophos, you have the Wyvern. They did remove the Pug now on the side of paiN X, so they might remove the Nyx as well.
That's
but
possible.
if it's not there,
No Huskard. They don't want to get Huskard.
Oh boy.
No one wants to get Huskard.
Yeah.
Yeah, CCNC did so much work on that hero.
It's just an obnoxious hero for sure. The Broodmother's still up. They do. I am very sure Ritsu plays the Broodmother, so you have to prepare for that. Usually CCNC plays carry when Ritsu plays Broodmother. Yeah, let's see what they go for the bans here. So besides the Nyx Assassin, what else would you take out?
Just thinking the Nyx Assassin, right, because it can deal with both of those heroes quite well on the side of paiN, and also gives you that capability of like scouting, so you can kind of poke around. I mean, we did see a lot of Sentry Wards come out in that last game, though,
Yeah.
against the Lina, because snaking was just causing so many issues. But you know, that would give them the opportunity to kind of. Oh, I do like the ban against the Ogre. I do like that, actually. That's really smart.
That Gyro would be huge, and
Yeah.
it's just a familiar hero for Tournament, right? He's been playing it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot of Ogre bans, but I kind of agree with this one. I think it's quite smart. So, yeah, let's see what they could go for in terms. Okay.
So is that going to be?
That is definitely Lelis, right? So I guess it could be
Is
Wyvern
that a
4.
4DR coming out though? I don't know.
It could be Wyvern 4.
Could be Wyvern 4.
Yeah, for Flea.
I haven't seen him play that hero though recently. Have you? Playing the Wyvern as a 4?
Yeah, but I just prefer Wyvern as a 4 more than baiN. I think he, Blink Dagger, so much value on the hero. The level 10, getting level 10 earlier, also super good because of the GPM. It could be 40R on the Wyvern, but then this Necrophos is gonna be on either CCNC or Ritsu, and I just think you want to give heroes like Morphling, those very high skill cap heroes for those players. But yeah, it could be. It may depending on what compLexity picks.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else they want to pick up here. I mean, there is still the Nyx Assassin if they want to try to get the jump on someone, get some scouting, but I don't know how much they really want to do some of those relocates here.
Yeah, I think the Nyx Assassin would be fine.
Okay. That is a hero we haven't seen a lot of, but
I am actually quite surprised. I was not expecting. Sometimes you see the Lich versus draw strats just because of the extra armor, but it's not really what the Lich offers here. I guess you kind of win your lane very hard with the hero. You can always deny the range creep. So a hero like Necrophos, his power spikes are gonna be delayed a little bit, and you can just kill him before he gets level 6 and that sort of stuff. But besides that, Lich is a weird hero. I would say I don't really understand how. Okay. So that's most likely Ritsu's hero.
Yep.
And this Lich, huh? I mean, it's actually better now. The ice armor always gonna be good versus the Phantom Lancer, even though he has the Phantom Rush. That extra armor always pretty good. I guess it's decent versus the Wyvern since you're gonna get more armor. So if he actually Winter's Curse you're gonna be slightly tankier.
Can you still like move your items out of your backpack during the Winter's Curse? Did they ever patch that?
Yeah, that was the thing. I'm not sure they patched that. I don't think so.
Oh, Snaking Brewmaster though. I do like this.
Yeah, pretty good versus the PL.
Very, very good.
Initiation, so you can always blink, clap, relocate. There's always gonna be that sort of play going on. You just lift up the Wyvern, you win the fight.
You got the cancellation too for the baiN ultimate.
Yeah. You can dispel the Necrophos Ghost Child. Just perfect pick, I think. It just allows them. Their mid game is insane here. They're super strong. They don't need any items. Maybe the Blink Dagger and Brewmaster, but besides that, you just get your level 6s and you just start diving everyone. It definitely looks like a game where Ritsu, he's kind of going to be farming on the outskirts while paiN tries to fight all that aggression. They kind of have the heroes for it, Winter, baiN, Necrophos. They're not greedy heroes. But I kind of like the way compLexity's draft is going. I think their draft is a little bit solid. Io Gyro, just a top tier combination. You just win the lane with the Io Gyro. You win the other lane with the Lich Sacrifice. It's looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, compLexity has been pretty good about winning their lanes lately too. It seems to be a very strong point for them. I just really, really, really want to see Limp on something that does a little bit more than that Batrider, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think the Tiny is out, but that's what I like about the Phantom Lancer pick on the side of paiN X. You really don't want to play TA versus PL because it is so hard. But considering their power spike, considering the Io Gyro, the Lich Brewmaster, the way they can just fight from minute 6 onwards, they might be able to just get paiN X, by the neck and just end this super quick. And that is when the TA versus Phantom Lancer is not awful. So we have to wait and see if they actually intend to do that. The TA is also a hero that kind of deals okay with Brood. You can see that it is open.
Yeah, it is.
So if they don't ban Brood here, they might as well just pick PA, and I'm not sure paiN X would actually pick Brood versus it.
All right, no TA. So they actually banned the TA themselves. Interesting.
Oh, so are they picking Brood here?
I don't know. We'll find out. Nope, we'll go for the Storm Spirit.
All right.
Limp Storm Spirit. All right. That's great, right? Because we talked about those relocation ganks. So Storm, very mobile hero. Brewmaster also is going to be fairly mobile. Lich is going to be, tottering along. not quite the speedy as here, but
yeah, and Storm is decent versus Brood, and it's also here that can chase the Wyvern.
Right.
So you can always just jump the back lines. You're going to take the hero out. There's not going to be even the paiN, right? Pretty easy to cancel the Fiend's Grip. So yeah, pretty versatile hero.
Okay. Pretty good draft coming out here from compLexity. What do we got to see for paiN X here? What do they send against this guy?
Monkey King is not bad, but then you're playing Monkey King versus Ice Armor, so that is not great. Besides the Monkey King, you could just, I guess you could. I don't think you can pick Lina here.
I think it's too risky.
Yeah.
It's too risky with the jump the jump capability that they'll have between like the Brewmaster Storm Spirit and like IO Gyro. It's just too spooky. I don't know. What's the CC&C here?
No Batrider as well. This is gonna be maybe an Alchemist might be, but that's so.
That's so greedy. I don't think they can last long enough if they pick up an Alchemist, because they're just. That's the thing with compLexity, is that they start to get this momentum and they just run at you.
Lina.
So go for the Lina. I mean, that is a very good CC&C hero. I'm just concerned that, Storm Spirit, once he, especially because it's limp, right? Especially because it's limp. Once he gets that level 6, he's just going to be running at CC&C nonstop. We're going to start seeing them moving around, doing a lot of movement together. That is a little scary. I mean, Ritsu, though, is a top-tier carry here. He's going to be able to, find that farm, hopefully, and they should be able to try to make some space. But if CC&C is struggling, I mean, the last game, too, though, it felt like he was struggling during that game, and they were still able to find farm for Ritsu on that Morphling. So I don't know, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, in this game, I think if they can weather the storm, because there's going to be a lot of aggression for compLexity.
Literally.
I do think... Okay, I actually didn't even intend to make that fun, but yeah, definitely intended. If they can hold their towers, that Phantom Lancer is going to get big. They do have a lot of BKB piercing abilities, so the Storm might struggle, and then that PL gets huge. I don't think the Gyro deals pretty well versus the Phantom Lancer, so that's why they picked it. If the Phantom Monster gets big enough, the Gyrocopter is not going to be able to handle it, and then you might have a shot. But if they're like 5,000 gold behind 10 minutes in, then it's going to be an uphill battle for sure.
All right, well, let's see if this is going to be the last game of the night, or if we're going to Dota 1 more.
All right.
All right, Bowie, tell me, which draft do you like better?
I just think that the draft for compLexity is more straightforward. You're gonna have strong lanes, arguably strong players. No, I don't want to be. I don't want to choose favorites, but Limp has been on point most of the time, and this time they're not giving him like a cheesy hero like Batrider versus TA. This is a Storm Spirit, king of the mid game, king of the late game, and it's a fairly decent matchup. You kind of struggle in the lane, but yeah, I mean, you're a Storm. You're going to struggle a little bit anyways.
Alrighty. Let's take a look. How are they setting up these lanes? I already see Ritsu here in the top lane. Can easily... that's another thing we've been noticing, is that you're just juggling the lanes really easily lately, trying to find that perfect matchup. We'll spot out Lellis here as he makes his way towards the Freak.
Okay.
Bullying just a little bit, but...
So 40R playing the Necrophos again. Had a pretty, decent showing considering the laning stage that he had. Let's see if it's gonna work out for them. I do like the Necro versus the Gyro. Those heroes, they're gonna get into your face, so you're gonna be damaging both of them. The IO already loses a lot of HP maintaining the Gyrocopter life, so you might as well just kill the IO if they try to dive you.
What is this lane? What are they going to send bottom? Because they've got Snay down here. Snay's expecting a lot of harass considering his 9 tangas on him. But it literally looks like everyone is top. So, alright, yeah, no. 4DR making his way bottom here.
Yeah, I think... Huh. I'm not sure if that's the best lane for them. I think the Necrophos versus Jaro Io might be better. Because you have 2 ranged heroes, right? The Ritsu PL is definitely going to struggle a little bit here. I do like the Wyvern against that lane, though. The Wyvern can deal a lot of damage to both Io and Jaro just because of how Tether works.
We're seeing that Splinter Blast come out. They're actually tri-laning top here.
Yeah, I guess they think that the Necrophos, like, he doesn't really fear that much in the bottom lane, so as long as they enable Ritsu, they're gonna be fine. Let's see how it pans out. I think this is a solid choice. Oh, they're actually sending the Wyvern bottom.
Yeah, it does feel like, you know, 4DR, he's able to stay alive, but he took a lot of harass early from Snay and Envy over here, so...
Yeah.
It just, it stinks, right? Because they're going to just keep denying this creep over and over and over, and that's going to be a little bit difficult. They're going to be able to keep 4DR down for quite a while.
Yeah, having Flea here allows them to actually pull the wave without 4DR having to go for it. So even if they keep denying, 4DR does not have to be so far from, because he might get chased down. Oh.
Well, CCNC sitting so low here in the mid lane. Has a solve, though. Oh, and the first blood actually goes to the bottom lane. Snaking gets taken down. That was unexpected, actually.
Yeah, level 1 Splinter Blast can be super good, especially when everyone's just stuck together like that. Okay.
Top lane seems to be going fairly okay for the gyrocopter, but sitting at 5 and 2 CS right now with Ritsu sitting at 9 and 1, so definitely getting a better advantage over here.
Yeah, that's one of the pros of gyrocopter. Space damage is so low compared to the PL. It really struggles actually getting CS. There's going to be a lot of denies there.
Getting a little bit low here. Doesn't really want to leave lane. Does have a Fairy Fire on him in case he needs it. Some harass getting thrown out onto Ritsu. There is an Arcane Rune here top. No bottle on CCNC just yet, but he's still going to be very, very happy with that.
Denies it from Limp. Always good.
Looks like Flea gonna get slowed down just a little bit. I'm not sure if they have quite enough damage. Just gonna try to move himself over to the high ground here. Juke around through the trees. He's got that solve. He's gonna be just fine. The top lane just constantly running around in circles. Ritsu, they managed to go throw the Nightmare down. Lola's trying to take some of that hood. It looks like they were able to take it off and throw it onto that Io. And again, now Jaya has to be careful. Do have a solve though online if necessary. And we get a pause settings.
Huh.
That's kind of random.
Yeah, maybe, you know, sometimes when you play different heroes, you have different settings.
Oh, that's true.
And they forgot about it.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Nope. It's like they need the bathroom break too.
All right, so I mean, in terms of mid lane, it's actually Limp is doing pretty well. 13 and 1 versus I mean, a lot of denies coming for the Lina, but Limp's already level 4. You just want to get level 6, and then you open up a lot of possibilities, especially with relocate getting online. As you said, playing Lina versus Storm plus Io is gonna be hard. Even if the Gyro doesn't relocate, if Io plus Storm by itself is so good because it gives so much extra mana to the Storm, he's gonna have way more range than a normal Storm. So, yeah, that is clearly gonna be a problem they're gonna have to face. They do have, you know, the Wyvern here. He's one of the ways of actually disengaging, and they do have a setup, right? The Winter's Curse into LSA, into Reaper Sight. You might be able, if Limp dives a little bit too much, there's going to be a way of actually punishing him.
Yeah, that sounds like it's a pretty good kind of insurance policy just to try to protect people a little bit more. But, oh, looks like we're ready to go again.
All right. CCNC gets his bottom.
It just comes out right now. Limp's got to be a little bit careful. He's getting his own fairly soon, but not quite there just yet. Crass coming out onto Ritsu again, slowing him down with the spirits. We'll have to go and doppel. Middle lane. Ooh, Limp. That's sitting very, very low. Again, still has that fairy fire tucked away for a rainy day.
He does have gold for bottle, so maybe he's considering buying the bottle and suiciding. I'm not really sure what his plan is.
Not
here.
sure.
Just bought it.
There we go.
Oh, he bought it in the Ancient. That's pretty good, knowing that his teammates were using the current. Pretty good.
That works. That works indeed. Harass coming out from the Lena, though, is pretty difficult for him to try to deal with right now. A little bit ahead here on CCNC. Level 5, level 4 over on Limp. What do you have here? Oh, man, that Death Pulse plus the Splinter Blast does so much damage here in this bottom lane. paiN making a rotation here.
All right.
I wonder what Lelis is hoping to do. Maybe they hope to just find that storm briefly, but
they do make sure he doesn't get any CS. He's getting experience, but not even level 5 yet. CCNC super close to level 6, so this is dangerous.
Z-Freak, he really wants his bounty rune. Does manage to grab it. Will just tether away over onto Jo. He's going to make it out just fine.
Okay.
This is such weird, like, movements coming out here. EE over here is going to cross-blast CCNC. They go for the LSA, not going to connect.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to pressure the Storm as much as possible before he gets 6. So even if it looks weird, you're just delaying Limp's power spike and you're enabling CCNC quite a bit. That's okay for them. The Z-Freak IO is pulling here for now. But I think the real problem here is the difference between the gyrocopter.
Ooh, bottom lane. That Arctic burn, too good.
Yeah, like the paiN are actually winning every single lane, right?
Yeah, it seems like they're doing quite well, you know. It's been very difficult for them to be in lane against CCNC. CCNC actually has this level 6 right now. They've gotten 2 kills now onto Snaking, I believe. And the top lane, it feels like Ritsu's just getting a lot more farm than this gyrocopter, so. Pinks come out. They want to grab this ledge. Eternal Envy throws out that Frost Blast. Price moves himself around. LSA not going to connect, but they do have a lot of damage here. They're still chasing through the trees. Should be able to get this kill, no problem. Dead Eternal Envy.
Okay. Ace Rune, pretty good. Limp trying to get his level 6 into the jungle. We'll lose some tower HP for that, though.
Again, this bottom lane, look at all this damage coming out here. They try to get that Splinter Blast. Not going to connect, though, over onto Snake. It's just a little bit too far out of range. 4DR chasing after him. He's getting really close to that level 6, which is pretty scary. We've got level 5, though, right now over on Snake.
Yeah, the next was just slightly ahead in experience, so Snake needs to be very careful.
Like, Limp has just given up on this lane. He realizes, all right, this is just, you know, I'm so close to getting that level 6. I'm just going to get in the jungle, and then maybe I'll try to, you know, make some moves around the map. But he's just not bothering to go back here to deal with CCNC right now.
Yeah, I think it's the right move.
paiN. Lelis. Oh, my gosh. 5 hit points, Bowie.
Just wanted to try.
5 hit points.
Oof. Does survive, even though, you know, he loses quite a bit of time down.
The split comes out here in the bottom lane. They've got their eyes over here on 4DR. 4DR is going to have to go use that Ghost Shroud. Does manage to get hit with the stone, though. They're going to still chase after him. It's still very, very difficult to take down this Necrophos, though. A little bit more damage. Flea's standing nearby. He's waiting. He's waiting for them to come right back together. He does have that Arctic Burn if he wants to use it. It's not going to opt to do it, though.
Still just farming the jungle. Gets a double stack over here.
He's got that level 6 online now at the very least.
Yeah.
Step forward.
And I mean, Storm is actually one of the few heroes that actually jungle quite well, and they're enabling Eternal Envy quite a bit. He's gonna get a pretty early level 6.
Top lane, that's a lot of damage being placed over here on Ritsu. They do have a homing missile, but I'm not sure if they want to go for this dive. just yet here. Yeah, we'll land over into Ritsu's actually. Gonna be fine.
Okay.
We have a smoke over here on CCNC and Lelis as they make their way to the top lane. I think they want to put some more pressure here down onto this gyrocopter. Sure, they'd be happy with an IL too, but a gyro would probably be the best. Yeah, there it is, the jump forward. They're getting very, very aggressive, looking for that opening. Won't go with that light strike array. They just end up using that Laguna to take down Jo. Now Io is probably spooked a little bit, gonna have to run himself away. They've thinking about that nightmare, but not gonna be able to quite land it. Just a little bit out of reach.
And Lamp, recovering decently. Still pretty far away from the Lina in terms of network, but already gets level 7. His treads are going to be completed, and he's jungling while the tower was pretty much untouched. The Eternal Envy is level 6, so I think this is not that bad. We did comment that the Storm has the advantage as the game unfolds over the Lina.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier too, Storm never really has like the greatest laning phase. It can be pretty difficult for him, especially if he's not at the advantage. So just, going off to the jungle, not a huge deal. And it also kind of enables Envy to get his levels online, which is also equally important here.
They do smoke. Let's see if they can find anything here. We're getting pretty close to Bayonia runes, so they know there's going to be paiN heroes there.
Yeah, I like this movement. I think this is smart. They can get a kill. In fact, there it is. There's a jump forward over to 4DR. 4DR is in for some trouble. Ghost Shroud comes out. Doesn't matter. Olympus just hanging out here. They actually use the split. CCNC, though, does manage to get a kill over onto Z-Freak in the top lane, but they'll be able to take 4DR down here in the bot.
All right. So, the Lina gets that kill, but it delays the level 6 from the IO a little bit. I wonder who's gonna get the tome. Definitely not Lich. He's already level 7, so you probably give the tome. Maybe the IO already got the tome. Maybe I think he doesn't have gold, so they're gonna get the tome as soon as possible for him. There he is, called down onto the gyro.
Arctic Burn coming out down here on Snake King. Gonna try to slow him down a little bit. Just so much damage. They're trying to just get in front of him, I think. Splinter Blast comes through. It's a lot of damage. They've got Scythe up. Can he get there fast enough? Yeah, they've got the Scythe. See you later, Snake King.
Alright.
They're getting close. That really hurts, too, because he was getting closer to that Blink Dagger. Like, he's trying really hard. And he did just miss out here.
Yeah, and it's Blink Dagger with no tread, so he just wants to get that initiation so they can start diving the heroes on the paiN side. But if the gold advantage keeps increasing like that, the Blink Dagger won't really solve their issues. Already a 4,000 goalie for paiN here.
Did smoke up again, though. Looks like they're going to try to have Lelis try to get a nice nightmare setup and then follow up with all of Lina's beautiful spells. In fact, they've got their eyes on Envy down here. They know he's here. They see him by the tower. 4DR tanking a little bit of these shots already. You're going to see this rotation come out, but the Storm over here, they do manage to find, Limp. Limp is just not having a good game here. Lelis going to have to try to run himself away from this homing missile. We'll connect over onto him here, and he's going to be able to go throughout the Frost Blast. There's going to be the Brain Sap, trying to buy himself some more time, trying to juke himself through these trees here. I don't think he's going to be able to get away fast enough. Nope, they'll be able to get that kill, but he buys out before he dies, so small victories.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, pretty good now, but it's he bought his items and he bought a lot of time for the side of paiN. They just want to farm the Lina so the jumps from the Storm cannot kill. CCNC, he's very close to his Scepter, so if the Storm actually jumps, there's gonna be a counterplay. There's gonna be counterplay potential coming by CCNC. Especially with the cast range talent. We definitely saw a switch. Everyone was going for the damage, but pretty much everyone's going for the cast range now, understanding that the Lina struggles with those gap closers. Having, bigger control around the Lina allows her to actually fight those heroes better. Lelis, I guess, going for some D-wards and wards here.
This has actually been so much space, too, for Ritsu, right? Because Lina, doing excellent, and obviously, the Nekker doing well. But Ritsu's just kind of had, like, a free lane for the most part.
Yeah, usually you think of Io Jara as, like, lane dominators. They didn't lose, I guess, but they're forcing a smoke bottom here. It doesn't look like they're going to find Fleet at all. He's going to TP away.
Yeah, I like that he just used the Arctic Burn, dug a little bit deeper, and said, all right, I don't want to have to deal with this. We're going to get the top tower. They can put some pressure down here, but we're just we're okay with this. It's not the end of the world, especially because you've got CCNC. You know, he's also farming. He's got that Yule's completed. He's going to be going for the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, Limp really needs to start going for some I guess more aggressive plays. They have this relocate here. They just need to locate the Lina and somehow pin her down. CCNC, we're level 12, so you really need to start making moves, or else the advantage from the Storm, like the advantage comes not only by farming, but killing the Lina over and over again. And for now, no deaths on CCNC. Pretty perfect game.
And he gets a regen, oh man.
Yeah.
Gotta feel pretty good right now. And they're hunting. They know that Limp is not showing in lane, and he's gotta be farming somewhere.
Snaking has his blink, so that is another way of them to get close.
Looks like they're gonna try to jump maybe over onto Flea here. Yep, there's a jump forward. Immediately Call Down comes out. Winter's Curse coming out, trying to save himself, but not gonna be enough to get away from this Iojo combination. Top lane though, Ritsu, eyes on the prize, is gonna put a lot of damage over onto the tier 2, and there's just no one responding to this right now. In fact, the rest of the team standing nearby, getting ready for any sort of fight that might break out, but they're just not gonna go for any sort of defense here.
They do have the relocate. It looks like they're gonna use it.
Yeah, there's a jump forward. They found themselves a Lelis, but the Yules comes out immediately here. Lelis going to be able to get himself out, but they do have a split. They're going to be able to get the kill. CCNC also going to get taken down. And the rest of the team, they find themselves as Necrophos. 4DR looks like he's going to be in trouble. They actually popped the Shrine too. Relo actually going to take him out. I don't think they necessarily wanted that to happen. Limp is still here though, but he doesn't have much mana. Wants to get this kill over onto 4DR, and they do have the Scythe. He's going to just TP out, but they've got it. They've got the Vortex, little more damage, and they'll get the kill over onto 4DR.
Alright, it took some spanking to take him down. He actually has a pipe super early into the game, so a lot of the magic damage from compLexity gets nullified still. A very convincing fight by them. They reduced the gold advantage pretty much by half. And they don't lose Limp. He's already level 12 with a Kaya. So pretty easy for him to start going for more plays now. So yeah, I mean, in terms of towers, you can see that compLexity, they're struggling. Only got the tier 1 bottom. They'll most likely lose the tier 1, their own tier 1 bottom, but let's see if they can maybe go for a defense play. The Jar's actually farming nicely here. Top of their network thanks to the IO.
Yeah, that IO helps to enable him pretty well here. But definitely feels like paiN's a little bit more in control of this game as well.
Yeah. For now, they're definitely ahead, but they need to keep that momentum going. The Lina will start to struggle. Oh, speaking of Lina, they're going.
Yeah, they've got. Oh, they could get the jump over here onto the Jara. There's the Yules coming out immediately. Io trying to just do the overcharge, but they've got the Laguna. Oh, look at these bounces though coming through. CCNC taking it to the face, as is Eternal Envy, as they try to hold on to Limp over here. They do manage to get the kill over onto Envy, and Lelis going to be able to take him down. There's going to be the Cold Embrace coming out. Snaking trying to run himself away. He has absolutely no mana left. He's got a couple stick charges here. He's going to try to run himself to the high ground, but I don't think he's going to be able to outrun it. That's a triple kill for Ritsu.
That pipe from Necrophos was so good. The bounces from the Lich Ultraman were perfect, but you know, that 400 magic barrier just allowing CCNC to survive. And the Fiend's Grip was a full duration one, the Storm Falls. I mean, just very good timing by the side of paiN. They group up, they get the smoke, and they get to close the day.
But now, can they get an objective off of this is the other question, right?
Yeah, they don't get one, but they did kill pretty much every single core on the side of compLexity.
That will delay them quite a bit.
Yeah. They don't have the best tower hitters. The Lina is decent, you know, that Phantom Lancer will keep on farming, and we did say that the Gyro doesn't deal very well with the Phantom Lancer. So as long as Ritsu is farming that fast, very much tied with the Lina, he's gonna be fine.
Alright, well, we do have the split back up and running over here on Snaking if they want to try to do some sort of an initiation. Regen also picked up on Storm, so this might be a good time, right?
Yeah, they do have the Kaya. They're pretty strong right now. They don't have Reaper on the Reaper or Fiend's Grip inside of paiN.
The Shadow Blade is scary on CCNC though. He's really just combing through the jungle. Lich does spot out the Necrophos over here on the side. It looks like he's just going to TP and join up here over at the shrine. Does have a smoke on him. I'm not sure if they're going to go for a play though. I think they want to probably group up a little bit more.
I do like the fact that Limp is going for the Bloodstone here, while the Orchid is very good versus Necrophos and Wyvern for that matter. Being tanky really helps him because what he really fears this game is the Shadow Blade Lina. In fact,
oh no, we're gonna lose Envy, but this could be very, very good for Lemp if he can get this kill over onto CCNC. It's actually gonna go to Snake King.
All right.
I think he probably would have preferred that go to him, but you know, beggars can't be choosers at this point.
Definitely, and you know, CCNC eager to get a kill on the Storm, finds one. Gets G-baited there, Limp, very close to level 15. He's going to get a 400 HP boost, and then you also have the HP booster coming soon. So Limp it's not going to be easy to burst. That's not to go down anymore.
I really like this Head of Defiance on the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah. There's also a pipe on top of the Necrophos.
I know, yeah, they have such good, like, magic deference.
Yeah, and Ritsu will also get that HP talent. The effective HP will go through the roof. They do have Vlads now on Brewmaster, so it's going to be a very happy Gyro. Even more HP region for him.
Snake King should see him over here, but I guess they just want to back off. They don't want to go for this right at this time. It's like a very passive game this time around.
Yeah, and I think that kind of, I would say, it kind of benefits compLexity. While the Phantom Lancer doesn't really have a counter on the side of compLexity, I think that they have way more mobility on the side of compLexity. And since they were playing from behind for so long, and they're not really recovering, but they're getting their levels, and a lot of the Gyro gets enabled by Z-Freak's level 15 on the IO. The Storm getting level 18 just gets super fast, and I think they're gonna have the tools to play around the map, and even being behind, they might be able, if you're playing 4 versus 1, 4 versus 2, you can always get kills, and that's a way to propel them into the game. It's all about the mind games more than the lane counters or counters in general, but they will smoke. Let's see.
Yeah, paiN have been grouping up, like they've just been grouping up so well lately too, right? Because they're not going to allow them to get those pickoffs. They're already got their sights over here on Snake. It's going to be the Yules coming out, followed with the Light Strike, Array, Dragon Slave, Laguna Bird. They use a lot on that poor little Panda. They even use the Fiend's Grip and the Scythe.
That is a lot of
just
hate
for
him.
good measure.
Yeah.
But that should be a tier 2 bottom here. CCNC just wailing away with 3 stacks of that Fiery Soul.
This will, now they only have 1 tier 2 on the side of compLexity. Kinda open up Roshan, although they don't really have the best heroes. The Phantom Lancer, it's hitting for a decent amount of damage, but against Relocate against Storm, it is very dangerous to go Rosh.
Well, there's a jump forward though over here. Looks like they're thinking about maybe trying to get the jump onto 4DR, but Limp just backs himself away. There is a Bane standing nearby as well. Looks like he's just going to TP himself back home.
Okay, they are attempting Rosh, and I guess they saw that the Stormstormer didn't have a lot of mana, so it's going to take a while for him to beat them.
I don't think they get into the pit fast enough.
It's going to be rough. They do have to relocate, but...
No, you don't relocate into that. You get blown up, Bowie.
Smoke, but they're late.
Too late.
Gets
Too late,
cutted
boys.
out, by the way.
CCNC grabs up that Aegis.
Nice. Flies out. My Lelis, yeah, no counterplay.
I don't think you really want to play into that right now. Like, if they had gone a little bit faster, maybe they could have gone into that pit and contested, but, like, now that it's completed, they've got the high ground, and they're probably assuming, because no one was showing in lane, that they were going to be headed that way. I think it's just smarter for them to back off.
And I really like that they gave the Aegis to CCNC instead of the PR. I know usually, like, the carry should get the Aegis, but the hero that might actually die is Lina. It's very hard to burst the Phantom Lancer down, especially with the hood that you mentioned. So CCNC, even if he gets bursted, he might be able to come back and get some extra kills.
Yeah, but also gives him the ability to siege too, right? Like we've been seeing a lot of these heroes that have like a bit of range, so if they want to try to go for that high ground, they just send that one ranged hero kind of in the front line, do their thing, hope they empty out all of their kit over onto that one hero,
Yeah.
and then she just pops right back up again. The rest of the team jumps in. In fact, look at this movement though. They're trying to pincer on them. Ooh.
Alright. I think you have to... You kind of need to kill the Necros before he pipes, but I'm not even sure if it's possible.
I don't know.
He's way too tanky right now.
I feel like they want to go in, but they just...
They do have the vision with that ward and sentry.
They feel very indecisive, it seems, because they've got the blink on Snare, right? You can just go blink and get a split off, but...
It's just not enough, right?
Yeah, it's just too scary, I guess. Too scary. They just allow the tower to fall, and I guess they're going to try to hold on to the high ground.
They do have the BKB on the gyro, but I think you need level 15 on the IO, and you need the Maelstrom, so that you can actually start dealing with those PL illusions. Without the Maelstrom on the gyro or level 15 on the IO, it's just not enough damage output.
This is actually so scary. Take a look at what Flea just picked up.
Alright, that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that's very, very scary. That gives him that mobility he needs. He's also got a Glimmer Cape on him too, so that way he can jump in without being detected.
Yeah, it won't be easy. Limp needs to... he needs to be so careful, because if the Winter's Curse lands, there's going to be LSAs, there's going to be Fiend's Grips, Reaper Sights just waiting for him. And, you know, after the nerfs to relocate, it's very hard to save your cores. It's pretty much not a save anymore, right? It's just a follow-up.
Yeah, it's a follow-up. It's, hey, look, we found a hero. It's by itself. Let's go jump it.
Yeah.
You can't really, you know, it just... Ah, man. It drove me crazy when that happened, when they had that change, because it was so good, you know, to use as like this ambulance to take your cores out, send them home, bring them back. And it's just way too hard now. Way too hard. Still a viable hero, obviously, but...
Yeah,
takes a bit of the shine
it's
off.
interesting the way that they nerfed him. It's like you didn't really nerf the numbers, but you nerfed one of the ways that this kit could be used. The Aegis, you know, still up. They have like 2 minutes. I'm not sure if they're gonna try to force this too much. After all, there is the ice armor onto Eternal Envy, so kind of hard for them to siege effectively.
We got level 13 over here on IO. I'm sure we'll see that scepter bonus for the sidecar, right?
Yeah, the Maelstrom is not, so that is a stop towards the right direction. I actually think, you know, it's a 10,000 goal lead, but I wouldn't say this game is over. I think they're starting to get where they want to. Oh, speaking of...
Oh boy, yeah, they found themselves a gyrocopter. IO trying really, really hard. They'll actually pop the BKB. They turn back around. They're trying to put some damage over here on Taritsu, but Snaking just has no mana, absolutely. Gonna get Yule stop, follow up though. Oh, Z-Freak, he tried so hard to keep him alive, but he's not gonna be able to. And now this little ball of light in for a lot of trouble. The zipping coming through. Z-Freak trying to get himself behind the tower, but that's a double kill for Ritsu. He just dives on in. I don't know. How do they get them off these buildings?
Yeah, I think you need to buy back the IO, and you need to get a jump onto the Bane. If you don't jump the Bane, this is going to be hard.
Well, let's stay pretty far back here. There's going to be the zip forward, but they're not going to be able to... Oh, the Yules comes out. They'll turn back around. Light Striker, right? Fiend's Grip comes out. That's just a very, very dead limp. He does have buyback here, but this is not looking good. They're going to lose yet another hero. That's going to be another one, too. They're going to lose Z-Freak and Eternal Envy. The zipping just going back and forth, trying to just force them back. They get a couple nice bounces coming out from that Chain Frost, but it doesn't matter. CC&C just going to get healed up by 4DR, and they're just going to keep wailing away over onto these racks. They'll take the melee. They're going for the ranged.
They're just way too tanky. The Storm cannot take anyone down, and he didn't have enough mana to jump Lelis. He ends up getting taken in between the Reaper Sight and the Fiend's Grip. There's no way he was going to be able to leave there.
Oh, they want to go back in. Look at this. CC&C moving forward. He's got that Shadow Blade up and running. There's going to be the Yules again. Light Striker, right? If they can get this kill, that's huge. They'll take down Snaking. They're going to turn their attention now over to Geo. That BKB is not going to save you, baby. You're out of here. You are out of here.
Alright, so I guess it's fair to say this game is very hard for compLexity to come back from. Already it's an 18,000 goal lead early on. They're trying to clear the wave, but
God, you know CCNC is like, just you know, give me a moment so I can grab you with my Yules and we'll just take you down. Oh, they tried to hold on to him here. They could have probably gone for the curse just to hold him into place to take him down, but he will TP himself out to safety.
Yeah, and it's pushing mid anyway, so if they wanted to force, they could go bottom. They know there is Primal Split available. They'll just be satisfied with this Shrine, knowing that Ritsu is a machine right now, getting close to the heart. And I just think the item decisions on the side of paiN were perfect. Storm struggles against tanky heroes, and although the Lina is countered by the Storm in a way, when you have that pipe, when you have the Cold Embrace, so many BKB piercing abilities, they just couldn't kill anyone. And the Storm, when he shows, he just dies. Oh.
Invis gets picked up over here on Lelis. They're looking for an opening, though. They do find Eternal Envy. He gets a Chain Frost off, though, just in time, and they'll go for the site. Land, they'll be able to take down Flea, though. Now it looks like 4DR in for some trouble here. They've got the call down. They've got the overcharge. They should be able to burst him down. And now they'll go. They'll find themselves a baiN over here in the corner. But Ritsu's coming in. I don't know if they still want to go in here. CCNC, oh, there it is. There's going to be the Yule's Light Strike. All right, follow up. They don't even need the Laguna. They'll just take him out, and he's down for 47 seconds.
Alrighty. Yeah, a couple of good pickoffs, but doesn't really change the stage of the game. The IO getting close to level 15. I guess one of the reasons they were not able to win that fight. And they're getting hunted here. paiN and Lina just lingering around for the bounties.
I like how Zephyr's kind of trying to like hang back a little bit, hide in the trees so he's not completely visible. Jar just going to TP out. He doesn't want to be here anymore. Same thing goes for the IO. They don't know where people are. They didn't have any vision. It was just too spooky.
They do finish the Bloodstone onto the Storm. So.
And there's the 15 over on IO now.
Okay.
Is that going to? How much is that going to change though, Bowie? Realistically, what we're looking at right now.
In an even game, it changes quite a bit. When you're 20,000 go behind, I don't think that is enough. So they're gonna have to, deny the next Aegis. They're gonna have to go for a big play. It's just very hard to pull off in this situation. I guess you just keep cutting waves. Just hope for the paiN not waiting for you when you actually show. Just cut waves, maybe even relocate to cut a wave. Just make sure.
That's so risky though, because if you don't, they have like no vision up right now, right? You look around the map, it is so dark.
Yeah.
So you don't know where anyone is lurking. You don't know because there's the Blink Dagger over on the Wyvern. You've got the Glimmer Cloak over on not only the Wyvern and the baiN, right? Yeah.
Do know where.
Oh, and look at this. There's the jump forward. They found themselves the baiN, though. Should be able to get that out. The Winter's Curse coming through. It doesn't quite save him in time, but they will lose Eternal Envy. If you're trying to run himself out, he's getting so much gems. They'll be able to take him down. Flea trying to find this opening, too, trying to get himself away. There's going to be the BKB coming out here from the Gyrocopter. He's going to try to make his way over to the Shrine, but they're just wailing way over here on this Panda. It looks like they're going to get a double kill for Ritsu. And he's down again. No buyback over on this Lich. They do have buyback, though, over here on the Brewmaster, but he does not have the split available.
Yeah, doesn't really matter much.
They've got creeps in the base too. They can just go right on in. Port's gonna come out though. There's the jump forward. Oh, Flea. Thinking about trying to hold him in place. Doesn't have that Winter's Curse though, so just gonna try to clear out some of these creeps. But this tower is going down so quickly, Bowie.
Yeah, it's just so hard.
Oh, look at this. There's gonna be the Ritsu's coming forward. He's got his eyes over here onto Eternal Envy. He's just going to beat down on him. Snake coming forward. Tries to get over onto CCNC. Not going to be able to find it. Now looks like Jo in so much trouble. He has no mana left. They're going to try to go and dodge. They'll turn back around. They'll kill Snaking. He bought back. That's a die back, Bowie. No IO, no Lich, and no Brewmaster. And these racks are just going down. They call GG. We're going to a game 5.
All right. So even though they had the game advantage, paiN such a, we were like, they're having ping issues, it's going to be so hard for them, and they bounced back from a very rough situation. It was a 2-0 against them, 2-2 now. Interesting drafts, very bold of them to actually pick the Lina versus the Storm. They definitely made it work. And I don't know, sometimes it looked iffy, but as a team, they're fighting so well together, right? It looks like they always go for the right place. They get an item, they smoke, they get a kill, they go Roshan. They're always playing for they know what they want and they're doing it. And I think that's what's really allowing them to be the better team in this series.
I think the pressure that they put on Limp too was just really, really strong this time around. You know, we talked about how, you know, Lena kind of wins that lane early on, and then Limp is able to, you know, get that level 6, but he just struggled so hard to get anywhere near CCNC and that creep wave most of the time, so that became a huge problem for them. You did have, you know, Z-Freak and Jo in that top lane with the, you know, gyro and the IO combination, which is supposed to be so very strong, but they really, they struggled. They struggled pretty hard in trying to get the CS.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we were talking about the Storm, Lina by themselves, but when you add the Fiend's Grip, when you add the Winter Scarce, there's so much hard lockdown on the Storm. So even if he could actually just jump the Lina, there's much more that he needs to worry about. And it really, like, he had a pretty decent Kaya timing, but he couldn't really jump the Lina ever. There was always someone just waiting for him. It was pretty rough.
And then everyone just started to get way too tanky. He wasn't able to do hardly anything.
That early pipe by 4DR was, I really think it just made him win those early fights. And then there was kind of no hope. You have this gyro. It took them so long to get the Maelstrom, to get the level 15 on the IO. They couldn't really fight.
Yeah, it became very, very difficult. And then, of course, you know, Risu picked up his own Hood of Defiance, just to add insult to injury kind of thing. Just like, yeah, no, we're just going to play it safe. And it worked. It absolutely worked.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we have a game number 5, guys. So this is super, super hype. I'm pretty excited about this. But who do you think's going to win, though? Give me your prediction. Without seeing a draft.
You know, my mind says compLexity, but I'm going with paiN, baby.
All right.
I'm
All right.
with Lelies and 4DR, and I mean all DNA boys, CCNC. You know, I really like the fact that they embrace the South American players, and you know, they're making it work. They're pretty close. Yeah, I guess.
All
and
right.
who do you want to win?
I don't know. This is tough. This is tough. Just because compLexity has been looking like so very, very strong, but it just feels like they're kind of unraveling a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with compLexity.
You're gonna go with compLexity?
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna have a little bit of a standoff here.
Okay, we have a weeb over here, guys. Eternal Envy fan. I'm kidding.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
What's wrong with that, boy, huh? Anyway.
I am Eternal Envy fan.
Anyways, we have a game number 5, so let's focus back on that. And we'll be back, guys. Stick around.
ESL One Hamburg is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Vodafone, DHL, Alienware, Logitech G, and PaySafeCard.
I do. I want to get in